He gives guidance to whomever He wills, protect them, and keeps them safe from harm as an act of grace, and He leads astray whomever He wills, abases them and afflicts them out of His justice. A father said to the son, if you succeed, I will buy you a bicycle. Does that mean that when he succeeds, he will go to the shop and ask him for the bicycle? So the father promised the son, you pass the exam, you get a bicycle. The son went to the exam, passed the exam, went to the bicycle shop saying, give me the bicycle. Allah promised me that I will get the bicycle. My father promised me that I will get the bicycle. Does that allow him to do that? No. So it's the choice of the father to give him the bicycle. Exactly this is what we say. We are doing the good. Allah told us that because we are doing the good, Allah will reward us with Jannah. Okay? Does that mean that by doing the good, that's it? It's a guaranteed Jannah for us? No, it's with the mercy of Allah. That's why in the Day of Judgment someone will come and Allah will say, send him to Jannah because of my mercy. He will say, no Allah, because of my deeds. I did well in this dunya, so I deserve to go to Jannah. And then Allah will say, put the blessing of vision in the scale. And the blessing of vision will be heavier. And He will say, send him to hell because of his deeds. Then He will say, no Allah, with your mercy I go to heaven. I don't want to be with my deeds. Someone repented at the age of 40, died at the age of 45. That's from the mercy of Allah. He lived his whole life as astray from Allah. Maybe we know the story of the companion that passed away as a martyr and went to Jannah, and he did not do one ruku' to Allah. You know that companion? He became Muslim, and then at that stage, the jihad came. And so he went out to jihad straight away. After saying shahada, he went to jihad. And he passed away in jihad. He entered Jannah without one rak'ah. That's the mercy of Allah. That's the beauty of Allah. So Allah does not look at the amount of good deeds we do. He might just know what's inside us, the purity, the cleanliness that we have inside us, and because of that, we get all of this huge reward. Not because of the amount of good deeds that we have. There's no relationship. There must be a reason from the human, so Allah leads astray someone, or it will be unjust. So, the person inside him, there is bad intention. That bad intention is coming from the person himself. Then Allah knew about his bad intention. So that person willed to go astray. We cannot say that he went astray by his choice, by his force. So, Allah willed for him to go astray. Because his choice from the beginning to go astray. So, who actually guided him or misguided him? Allah Azza wa Jal. But his choice from the beginning. He chose from the beginning, he was having the good intention to be guided, but he cannot guide himself. He cannot be guided by his own self. So Allah guided him. Guided him to the right path. And the other one had the bad intention. So his bad intention was willing to go astray. He cannot do it on his own. Allah must put His will on him so he can go misguided. So Allah misguided him, allowed the misguidance to happen to him. Okay? This is the meaning of Allah guides and misguides, because no one can claim that I chose on my own to be misguided. No. Allah misguided you because your will not be applied without the will of Allah. Do you understand that small thing? It is really very subtle, very, very thin. Because sometimes people read this verse, Allah misguide people. Why did He choose to misguide this? Unguide this. That's something inside the person, out of his own choice, that he wanted. And so Allah Azza wa Jal applied. Allah always does the best that can be done, but our minds are not complete to understand that. There is no possibility better than what happened. He gives guidance. Continue. Allah Azza wa Jal says, but perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you, and Allah knows while you know not. If the misguidance was referred to Allah, then that is the one that built on misguidance by choice. So the person chose to be misguided, Allah allowed that misguidance to happen. So Allah misguided him because of his choice of being misguided. Okay? So we cannot imagine that Allah Azza wa Jal is choosing that this person is going to be misguided, this person is going to be guided. Allah with His knowledge knew that this person had bad intentions, bad thing inside him, and He is going to choose the misguidance. So Allah Azza wa Jal allowed His misguidance to happen. So He misguided him because of His choice. This is how we believe that Allah Azza wa Jal is just. What Allah do is absolute wisdom, absolute mercy, absolute justice. You cannot think that Allah Azza wa Jal is unjust. So He's choosing someone to be misguided and someone to be guided without any choice of the person. The choice is coming from the person. Whoever thinks about Allah anything else, he did not know Allah Azza wa Jal. So Allah Azza wa Jal is just. Lots of people come into this and think, if this Allah wrote on him, this person, to be misguided, then is this fair? We say, yes, it is fair. Because it is not right on him that he has been being misguided, except because he chose to be misguided. So He wrote it for him. He allowed it to happen. And He ordained it to happen. Because He knew what the person is going to choose even before his choice.